Korabi is the newest X support in the game. At only 4 formation costs, she's easy to slot into your lineup without cutting out higher cost carries. She brings strong buffs, a bit of sustain, and thanks to her trait, she even chips in some extra damage with auto-cast attacks that cost 0 action point. Today let's take a closer look at her skills, her synergy with signature weapon, and where she fits best. I'll show Korabi's signature weapon first, since it directly affects some of her skills. That way you'll know which effects come from the weapon, and which are part of her base skill. Quick summary. The staff raises Korabi's magic attack so everything scales higher. On every hit, it also speeds enemies up, but lowers their physical defense. It doesn't change the 30% support counter chance, but when it proc, red pudding guarantees the additional response. It also buffs Blood Pact and turns Whirlwind into a weak point immune. Besides boosting her defenses and refreshing Wave of Blood cooldown each turn, whenever an ally counters attack, she has a 30% chance to fire a free Sharp Wave. On top of that, she has another 30% chance to follow it up with a second Sharp Wave that comes with even bigger damage. Her signature weapon does not change the 30% chance of the first support counter. It only makes the follow-up guaranteed when that first support counter actually happens. Sharp Wave does 3 things: damage, healing, and crit buff. Thanks to her trait, it can autocast with a chance when allies counter. And since it's an autocast cone, positioning matters. Line her up so she can hit enemies, heal allies, and hand out crit buffs at the same time. Otherwise, she may waste a 30% chance if no targets are in range. Counterwave gives Korabi a chance at the start of each turn to gain a shield that makes her immune to multiple control effects. It's handy for keeping her safe, but in practice not many enemies use these effects, so its impact only really shows up in a couple of stages. Blood Pact is her main skill: buff speed, HP, and crit damage for your carry, with signature weapon it adding slash damage and attack scaling. Just remember it lowers aggro, so avoid giving it to a tank. Wave of Blood isn't about big damage, it's a utility skill. It hits enemies for some damage, but the real point is that it speeds them up by giving them AP, so they take turns faster and attack into your team. That creates more counter opportunities, which then fuel Korabi's trait. Think of it more as a setup skill than a damage skill, but use it carefully. If you don't have counters ready to back it up, you could just end up giving enemies free turns. Crimson Curse boosts team damage by making enemies take more damage. Scale with Vitality to push it higher. The gains here are small, so I don't recommend pulling dupes just for this passive. Whirlwind of Bloodlust is her area pull, useful for grouping enemies, and with her signature weapon, it also makes allies immune to weak point damage, which can save them when they're surrounded by the enemies. If you want to use her full kit, bring one of the non-limit counter allies so Korabi can chain sharp waves. But if not, she still works perfectly fine as a straight support for your main damage dealer. Remember, she needs around 50% crit damage from substats to reach 200% total crit damage. That way, Blood Pact hits its max, 26% crit damage boost.